Hello everybody, my name is Scraggy and this isn't deck inspection, but it sure looks like it. Recently, I played Cardfight Vanguard with VTuber Rinne Tooyama. In case you aren't familiar, she's a VTuber who plays Cardfight Vanguard, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, some I believe the Hoyoverse games, I'm not really into those. But what I am into is card fighting new people. So, for her stream, I showed up and played 2 games with her. Once with the deck you see on screen right now, which you might be familiar with as my favorite deck of all time, Bruce, alongside my current meta pick, Veissrugr. I tried to splice the games together so that we have something interesting to watch together. Hopefully you guys get a kick out of the games, and then afterwards we'll do a small little review, even though there's not much to review in a game like this when you play Bruce versus meta threat Bavsargra. Still, nevertheless, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you back here for the review. Alright, let's see what we can do here. This hand is actually pretty good. We're gonna keep this in case it is Bavsargra. I know she likes Bavsargra a lot. We'll keep one of you actually. We'll do this. We'll get really aggressive in this. We're gonna Bruce her. If anything goes wrong, you know, we'll just say it's streamer luck. We'll say she's cheating, etc., etc. You know, so this is post ban list, by the way. She's on no special effect here of a. We'll write this. We'll prop Steve here. Go from the soul, call 1, and we'll soul charge, and then start a draw. We'll draw a card here. Okay, we'll go straight to battle here. We'll go 14. And she's not gonna guard. We're gonna check this. We're gonna check grid. We're gonna go all in. And we are gonna pass the turn here. So nothing extra. A little quirky, a little quirkier. So, that hurts. Going minus in Bruce, not really something you want to do. Very bad, actually. Oh my gosh. We're going to potentially find a way out of this. Whatever our attack pattern is, we're going to... Yeah, we'll look at this. That looks fine. We're going to... take that. And we'll guard with my mind here. So, we'll just only exactly crit. Pass, okay. My base, we're gonna discard Orlin. Right, Richard. Richard effect, we're gonna move this to the soul and draw. Ooh, okay, not a great hand, but it's fine. We're gonna go Ellie effect, EV3. We're gonna top 7 cards on my deck, and we're gonna put 1 Diabolos to my soul and 1 to my hand. Oh, this is a good one. Put Ju in the soul. And we'll call Patrick here. Alright, looks good. We'll go to combat here. 10 in. 10 to the Vanguard. She will heal out of it. That's annoying, but it's fine. Then we're gonna go Richard in for 10 here. We're gonna check a crit and we're just gonna hit it. Check it here. Huh. This is Bruce's true power. This is the true power of Bruce. 100 mil. And we'll do it again. And that'll be all. Pass the turn. So that is the Bruce way. We are going to win just by sacking you. We might have got a little too aggressive here. I kind of forgot that Bavsargra does this. It's an oi-oi-oi matchup. Okay, not looking good. I know it seems like we're doing really good here, but it actually isn't. Okay, you my shots. Skill, we're gonna draw 2. So far she hasn't found the Trick Moon, which looks good to me. It's a he's gonna proc and add the sword back, it seems. A hammer or axe? Was that axe? Bavsargra's one of those decks that Bavsargra is one of those decks that takes a while to kind of get going. She's gonna put on the soul here, it looks like. Okay, that's fine. Nice thing is, I don't have anything here to die in my back row, at least. Samadhi is rough. It equips the shield again, she gets another draw. Well, now the hand is looking okay. The problem is my board is really bad. I don't really need fire again. This is gonna buck up here. It's quite the buff skill. 10 first. We'll take this one, I believe. Do we just take this? What if we just take it? Isn't it epic if we just take it? It's pretty epic if we just take it, no doubt. I believe. Guys, you have to believe in yourself sometimes. Okay. We'll take 3 here, that's fine. 9. And we will PG this. Is pretty good. Let me just look at my list here. Okay, so this looks a bit strange, but we are gonna discard for Ride, not Orland. We're gonna ride Bruce. Now we're gonna go Heinz, and we're gonna put Ellie to my soul, and then we're gonna add 10,000 power to him. And Veissrugr now is going to search as a card. Top 5 cards of my deck. That's pretty good. Call. Oh, there is a way we can do this in like a fashionable way. Okay. Battle phase. Stay with me, chat. Final burst. Then I get to call 2 cards from my soul. Call 1, and we're gonna call 2. Here we're gonna try and use Julian. We're just gonna try and find the Geno here, or it's a little doomed. Heinz 18. That's all. This is the final burst turn. This is all we have. If we do not get this, we are going to die. Okay, looks good. Put this up. Heinz skill. Orland and Geno. So I'm gonna call 1 last 1 and you. 21. Center. +5 and another +5. Alright, we're gonna just all in here. No matter what happens, it's gonna be cool. Nothing. Well, this mission is a little rough. 36 is not a great place to be into Bavsargra here. We're probably gonna have to try and stop Yugma shot, actually. We won't have any chance of this. Oh, she has Trick Moon. 28, 33, 5 more. We're gonna need 5 more. Yeah, okay. Alright. Last burst hit. And now we just gotta heal out of it. Okay, no Persona Riot. I still don't think we have this. I think it's cooked. We're really looking for Geno there and try and sack it out of there, but it's not in the cards. We almost got the full 7 attack suite of Brewster. It's impressive. Especially from a board of nothing. We're bruising. We're bruising. We're bruising. Oh. Sometimes your opponent is just better. What can you do? What can you do? It'll be good if she can't proc the skill here. Not being able to proc Yuke here would be incredible for me. It's just that Bavsargra is probably pretty unguardable. I'm about to lose Orlin. That's cheating. Come on, be cool, be cool. That's not okay, right, chat? We understand that this isn't okay. Chat, this cannot be illegal. How do you read? That's not fair. We're about to lose Julian too. Oh, of course she has the Trick Moon. Okay, pretty good. If this is a Verilord, it's pretty over. The thing about Vanguard is that if your opponent has it, they do win. So what if they didn't have it? Yep, there go my Julians. Somebody here retires the Armon. We're probably gonna try and heal out of this now, I think. Let's look at heals out. None of those are out, except for one in my hand. 25, 45. 45 will be stopped by heal plus Yufa, so I'm gonna take the Yuma shot here. And I will simply heal. We needed a lot there to make that game go even. We were so screwed. Okay, so what went wrong there? Well, first and foremost, I tried to aura farm by taking Bavsargra's 2 drive attack and ended up harvesting a cringe compilation. Please stop the 2 critical attack and don't try to aura farm. 2. I'm trying to get really aggressive when I play into Bavsargra. Bavsargra's key feature is that she wins every grind game basically, even with the nerfs right now, and as you can see, even without Trick Moon on 1, her numbers were still okay, and she still managed to gather a ton of resources using Yugma Shot and the shield. So I went really early for a dual lane, even though I didn't have anything in my hand, counting on the Fire Regalis to get me my pieces by calling something like Julian or Ellie off the top. That's why I did an Energy Blast to use Orlin there. And it almost worked out, I did almost get the 7 attack shebang, but the numbers just weren't quite there, especially when you go second with Bruce and you get put in such a bad position because you took to 5 the turn before. If I was at 4, that game could have been different. I'm just bad. The over-trigger there helped a lot, but it didn't win me the game, as a lot of over-triggers sometimes do. Don't feel too discouraged if you see it come out early. Sometimes it's good to get it out early. So I didn't really explain the deck choice beforehand, so I'll just tell you about it now. We're on 4 Julian, 3 Blues, 4 Jamil. Jamil reads basically when you put it on the rearguard circle. If you have Viamance Bruce as your Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 to call 1 from your soul. We're using this to try and put on pieces like the Julian and Orlin onto the board, or we're trying to put on pieces like Geno to have an extra attack. We're putting Patrick at 1. Patrick allows you to soul blast 1 and move anything to the guard circle. 2 things if you're in final burst. And he's very useful in these kind of matchups. You can move stuff like Trick Moon to force your opponent to call it back. Actually, that's not very useful at all. But in general, this is a useful tool to force your opponent to guard with things they don't want to guard with. We're on 4 Ellie. Ellie I consider better than the Ace unit, which is why I'm not even running it in this deck. I think Ellie is so much better. It filters 2 cards out of the deck. It can fill your soul, your board. If Bruce was a good deck, this card would be crazy. 4 Orlin is your attack extender. He makes a 7 attack combos by retiring 2 units in your front row. He can force a unit in your back row up to the front, and that can continue more attacks. Usually it's Julian. Not to mention, as you saw that game, when they retire Matt, you can discard Orlin for ride, Orlin's skill to call him back to an empty rearguard circle, and then move him to soul to draw 1. So you don't go 2 minus when you play Bruce. We're on 3 Heinz. Heinz allows you to CC 1 and also gain some power, and he can recycle a unit in your drop to the soul. You saw in that game I put Ellie back to my soul. I was hoping to get like a Jamil off my calls with Fire Regalis so that I could call an Ellie. And we're on 2 Soul Blast Cyclers. With 2 Soul Blast Cyclers plus 4 Orlin, you have 6 good discards per ride. For triggers, we're on Volnot because I think it's the most aggressive one. Gives us the most chances to deal damage. We're on 2 draw triggers, 2 fronts. We need all the draw we can get, and I like fronts. 7 critical is just funny, and 2 restand heals, 2 normal heals. The restand heals are really good this format, so I recommend playing that. That's just my quick, real breakdown of the deck. You saw it in action there. It worked okay. It worked about as good as I think Bruce can work. but it just means you're just making Bruce work, which isn't doing a lot. For the second match, this is going to be the deck I am using. This is kind of the deck I like to take to big tournaments or just locals if I'm trying to practice competitively. I think Veissrugr is great this format. I know he's probably like the 5th best deck in the format, maybe 4th, maybe 5th. No, he's not top 3. But I think he's got a decent enough matchup spread. You can sack your way out of a ton of games, as you will probably see in the upcoming game. And he's got great aggression. He can play some grind games, not too many. Against like Bavsargra, I probably don't want to play a grind game. But for the most part, he can use Buster Barrages to make the game go on for quite long. And he's the only top meta threat, in my opinion, who doesn't get stopped by the reset heals. So, take a look. This game, we are going to be on Veissrugr here. And we're not going to look at chat, we're not going to look at anything. We're just going to play. We're going to go as far as we can here. It's more than 2. Perfect hand. Think first. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet for this one, because I'm just kind of thinking a little bit. The proper discards I want to do are stuff like Nerfed to keep the Vantage in drop zone. We're going to try and make an early tri-lane with Helgvar, and using the Moongate and the skill of Ramsden to make 2 sides. We're trying to keep the Baron Dance. We're not going to guard this first one. We're going to try and take the damage, and we're going to try and countercharge via Helgvar next turn. We want at least 1 point of damage so that we can use Rotsnir here to draw. Here we're going to just Rapner over the pop this. And we're probably just going to take center line here. No guard, go ahead. So that's nice. Basically, no harm will fall on that one. Just gotta fire those here. Then right arms them. 7. We found 2. That's lucky. Those are the only 2 we have. To hand, 2 Order Zone. Moongate, B3. We're gonna accept cards here. This is perfect. We're gonna call Gazons. Helgvar skill. We're gonna look 5 here. This to our hand. Look 5 here. Put this to our hand. And why not? Let's go for the last. Yeah, we have a shuffle in the form of Alfie here, so we're gonna go here. 5 again. And call Rotsnir. Yeah, this is kind of the ideal board. We're gonna try to rush down Bavsargra before we can get 2 out of hand. That's fine. We'll see if they have anything to guard. We'll check Rotsnir here. Draw 1, let's see 1. So 25 here. We're gonna try and get Mitsugama out of the front row here because on turn 3 he's not very useful. But later on he is going to be useful. But we need him back in our deck to call him later. Double Samdani column. Little middling, honestly. While we do all this, it's important to note that a lot of my hand doesn't have guard yet, but we will have guard once my Mythics are online. The trigger rate's pretty high this game. There's 1 heal out, he has 1 crit out, no, she has 1 crit out. I have 2 triggers out here, 3, 4 now. So it's 4 to 2, at least in my public info zones. The info zones I know. We cannot really play a grind game with the Bavsargra. One of the key parts of the Bavsargra matchup is that you cannot play the grind game against her. We're not gonna guard this. So that's fine. I don't mind that at all. So this is a mistake. I'm pretty sure it's a mistake. And I'll show you why in a bit. So here we're gonna discard this. I'm just gonna run Veissrugr here. Basic skill, we're gonna select 2 cards here. You wanna drop the grade 2 just in case you don't have anything plus the barrage. 7. Hey, hey. Keep 3 from room gate. Not much here, but we are gonna at least this here and put this to our order zone. So we always have the guards arms ready. Then we're gonna call 1 Ratsnia. So move to combat here. 23. Hitting both. So now they have to choose how they want to guard this. Yep. We're gonna go call, and we're gonna put out the second bird here. And my front row is going to gain plus 5,000 power here. So Twin Drive, crit. Power here, critical here, crit. Power here, critical here. 3 points. Welcome to the Veissrugr. Here, draw a card. What's this all? Easy one. 35. 20 guard. That is the Veissrugr special. Alright, what do we learn from that? Checking criticals are good. Get really aggressive early on when you play against Bavsargra. Even with the Trick Moon nerfs, Bavsargra's greatest strength has been, and always will be, the fact that she can grind the game out to oblivion. She can put a card from her hand to a soul, make a bunch of guys, and then she can draw cards off the shield, making it so she has an endless conga line of assholes you have to deal with. I know that game was a bit of an outlier. I got 3 Helvar, I got a full Mythage lineup, but in general, this is kind of the deck you need to succeed. You need a very aggressive strategy to put Bavsargra down. That's why in top level play you see a lot of Virgilla. Virgilla is one of the few decks that can, going early game, really put the pressure onto Bavsargra with the 2 critical Vanguard and storming the field with stuff like Ezreworth. And yes, getting double crit and your opponent bricking on a ton of shieldless cards in their hand is kind of a sacky way to win, but if you want to win, don't complain when you do, right? Just accept the fact that you won because you crit, and that's what Veissrugr does. For now, this is going to be the deck that has a lot of aggression and a lot of filter to put the pressure on quickly. Use stuff like Rotsnir to clear boards, Mitsugama to extend attacks at later stages of the game. And as you can see, it's one of the few decks that doesn't get really stopped by Counterblast Denial. Yes, you can stop the Golden Order over here, but that's not going to stop Veissrugr in its entirety. This, I believe, is pretty similar to the deck that won WGP Singapore Season 3, or it might be the exact same. So it was a pretty good deck, a lot better than Bruce. So with that, what do we think of post-ban list Bavs? I still think the deck is very good. But as you can see in the Bruce game, they didn't find Trick Moon on 3, which does lower their ceiling a little bit. This could happen every once in a while. Eventually, they will find the Trick Moon, but it may not happen fast enough. And that can buy you a couple cards in your hand, maybe even a turn for you to play around with. So if you're up against Bavsargra, get at them early while they're stuck with important pieces like Yukma shots and arms in their hand, and they can't use to exactly guard you. And if you're a Bavsargra player, don't give up yet. There is a lot of game you can still play even with 1 Trick Moon. It will be a harder game to play, you might have to think a little harder and work a lot harder than maybe your peers on Virgilla, but that doesn't mean you have to give up on the deck just yet. It's still very playable. As it turns out, letting Bavsargra go +5 every turn for losing 1 card in her hand is pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. It's a little different of a video than I normally put out. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I didn't really stream it, I was just talking to like an invisible chat or Rinne's chat while we were doing this. But if you would like to see maybe a stream in the future, or if you want to see more gameplay footage like this, more raw, unedited gameplay, not for the deck inspection stuff, against maybe other content creators or against peers, just do let me know so that I, have some references to what you want to see from the Swaggy conglomerate. Alright, that's all. Big shout out to Rinne Tooyama for having me and playing me and being such a wonderful host to her viewers and me. I've linked her Twitch, her Twitter, and her YouTube in the description, I hope. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. What I am into is losing to women in Cardfight Vanguard. That's kind of been my bread and butter since I started this game. That's not going in.